In a blaze of publicity, the ring settled down and the spotlight shifted suddenly. It wasn't just gloves hitting flesh, but words hitting home. Claressa Shields, champion boxer, gold medalist, invincible in the ring, suddenly found herself confronting something far messier than an opponent's jab. On one side stood Tesekhi, famed for her reality TV bravado and social media storms. On the other side, a name that seemed neutral at first, Papoose. But when Tesekhi posted a photo with him and dared Shields to a fight, the fight became more than physical. The question lingered. Was this really about a challenge in the ring? Or was it a clash of egos, alliances, and public narratives? Shields didn't just respond, she fired back. "Fight me right now," she said in a live stream, her voice cold and measured. The gloves weren't on, but the battle lines had been drawn. Tonight, the world watches not one knockout, but a drama in motion, where everything is at stake: pride, reputation, and control of the story. The tension had been simmering for weeks, quiet but impossible to ignore. What began as whispers on social media had erupted into full-blown chaos. Claressa Shields, the undefeated boxing champion known as the GWOAT, suddenly found herself fighting a battle outside the ring. But this time it wasn't about titles or belts. It was about her name, her image, and a storm of drama involving Papoose and Tesekhi that no one saw coming. It started innocently enough: a casual photo, a few words exchanged, a moment captured at the wrong time. Claressa had appeared at a music event, laughing with Papoose, who was newly separated from his longtime wife. Remy, cameras flashed, blogs speculated, and within hours, the internet had spun its own story. Screenshots began circulating, fan pages claimed there was something more. And suddenly, Shields was trending. Not for a championship win, but for a rumor. At first, she brushed it off. She'd dealt with haters before. "Let them talk," she told her trainer, wiping sweat off her brow after a morning sparring session. "They can't throw hands online." But by the end of the week, the whispers had names attached, one of them being Tesekhi, the outspoken influencer and reality star with a reputation for never holding her tongue. Tesekhi went live one night, her tone fiery, her words sharp. "Claressa, wanna act tough? Let's see her outside the gym. All that gold don't make you real." Within minutes, clips from her stream went viral. Hashtags exploded. #Tesekhi started trending. Fans chose sides. The fighter versus the firebrand. The champion versus the challenger. Papoose's silence only fueled speculation. He didn't deny the connection. He didn't clarify it either. And in the digital void between truth and assumption, chaos thrives. Claressa tried to stay focused, training harder, faster, pushing herself to drown out the noise. But the more she ignored it, the louder it got. Every time she opened her phone, her name was there in headlines, in memes. In messy gossip threads, her publicist advised her to stay quiet. "Let it burn itself out," they said. But that's not who Claressa Shields is. She'd built her career fighting back, not with words, but with results. She'd fought poverty, abuse, disrespect, and doubters. This was just another fight. So one night, she decided to end the silence. She opened her phone, hit go live, and stared directly into the camera. There was no glam, no makeup, no PR polish, just Claressa raw, focused, and ready. "I don't care what anyone says," she began, her voice steady but edged with fire. "I don't need clout. I don't need drama. But if somebody want to test me, I'm not hard to find. I don't do sneak disses. I handle things straight up." The internet exploded again, but this time the energy shifted. Fans flooded the comments. "Talk your talk, champ. Don't play with Shields." Others weren't so supportive, claiming she'd fallen into the trap. But regardless of opinions, everyone was watching. The next morning, reporters camped outside her gym. Every move she made was filmed, every quote dissected. Her sparring sessions felt heavier. Her gloves seemed to echo louder off the bags. The gym, once her safe place, had become a stage for judgment. "Keep your head down," her coach muttered between rounds. "They want a reaction. Don't give it to them." Claressa was already deep in it. She wasn't just fighting to protect her reputation anymore, she was fighting for respect. To her, this wasn't about gossip. It was about principle. And as Tesekhi continued posting, throwing shade, and taunting with cryptic captions, Claressa's silence became her weapon. The calm before the storm. The pause before the punch. Behind closed doors, though, she was conflicted. Should she respond again? Should she challenge Tesekhi directly? Should she even care? But then she remembered who she was, a world champion. A woman who fought her way from Flint streets to Olympic gold. I've fought bigger things than people's mouths. She whispered to herself, wrapping her hands once more. If they want drama, I'll give them discipline. And with that, she went back to the gym, back to the sound of the gloves hitting the bag, back to the rhythm of her heart, reminding her who she truly was. Because for Claressa Shields, every fight inside or outside the ring was about proving one thing: she doesn't back down. Not for rumors, not for headlines, and definitely not for anyone trying to write her story for her. The next few days blurred together, news cycles spinning like carousel lights. Every headline brighter and louder than the last. Claressa Shields' name was everywhere, attached to every messy thread involving Tesekhi, Papoose, and the fallout from Remy Ma's silence. What had started as speculation had turned into entertainment. Every blogger wanted an angle, every influencer wanted a reaction. And Claressa, against her will, had become the main event. But what most people didn't know was how calm she was behind the chaos. Inside her gym, the air was thick with focus. Every punch that hit the heavy bag sounded like defiance. Every breath was a reminder that no online rumor could match the discipline she lived by. Keep your head high, her coach said, pacing beside her. You don't explain yourself to people who don't understand work. Still, the pressure was real. Claressa's sponsors started calling, not to scold her, but to check if things were under control. Journalists emailed her team nonstop. Every interview request came with the same question hidden between the lines. Did something actually happen with Papoose? One morning, as she was finishing a training session, her phone lit up again, a new post from Tesekhi. It was a short video, just 20 seconds long, but it was enough to send the internet into another meltdown. Tesekhi stood in front of a camera, her tone playful but venomous. Some people think they can throw punches in the ring and throw shade in real life, she said, smirking. Let's see if that belt helps when real girls step up. Within minutes, the video had 1 million views. Claressa's comment section exploded. She's talking about you. Handle her. Don't let her play with your name. Claressa didn't respond immediately. She sat in her car outside the gym, phone in hand, scrolling through the chaos. For the first time, she felt tired, not from training, but from being misunderstood. To the world, she was entertainment. To herself, she was a woman who had fought for everything she had. She thought of her younger self, training in worn-out sneakers, dreaming of medals. Not media wars, but the internet doesn't sleep. By evening, Papoose posted something that made things worse. A cryptic photo captioned, "Real, recognize real." No names, no context, just enough fuel to reignite the entire fire. Fans began tagging Claressa and Tesekhi under it. The gossip accounts went into overdrive. Suddenly, what had been a rumor turned into a perceived triangle. That night, Claressa couldn't rest. Every notification felt like a jab. Every comment felt like a hit. She tossed her phone aside and stared at the ceiling, replaying the moment she'd first met Papoose. It had been at an award show, brief, respectful, professional. There was no secret story, no affair, no hidden messages. But once a lie catches wind online, it spreads faster than truth ever can. By morning, she made a decision. She wasn't going to stay silent anymore. But she also wasn't going to stoop to the level of social media theatrics. She would speak once clearly, and then walk away from the noise. She went live again, but this time she didn't look angry. She looked composed, controlled, and sharp. Her eyes locked on the camera. "Let's get this straight," she began. "I've got no beef with anyone. I don't fight for attention. I fight for titles. I respect Papoose, but I don't mix with messy energy. I'm not part of whatever story people are trying to create." The comments came fast hearts, applause, emojis, and yes, a few insults. But the tone shifted. People could feel the sincerity in her voice. This wasn't a PR script. This was Claressa Shields being raw and real. After the live ended, Tesekhi responded almost immediately with a post of her own. "Girl, please," she wrote, captioning a selfie. "You talking like you above it all, but you the one getting defensive." It was clear the feud wasn't dying anytime soon. But this time, Claressa didn't flinch. Instead, she doubled down on her training. Her upcoming fight was only weeks away. And she knew one thing for certain. The best way to silence a crowd is to give them something undeniable to watch. Every morning, she woke up before sunrise, tied her hair back, and ran through the quiet streets, music blasting in her headphones. Every drop of sweat, every sore muscle, was another reminder that she was built for more than gossip. The media still tried to pull her back in, analyzing every detail, speculating about private messages, digging for sources. But Claressa had found peace in motion. She didn't need to prove her innocence, she just needed to win again. And deep down, she knew that once she stepped back into that ring, all the noise, all the drama, all the fake stories would fade into the background. 'Cause there's one thing no rumor can outshine: victory. And Claressa Shields was ready to deliver one that would remind the world exactly who she was, not the headline, not the scandal, but the fighter who never backs down. Fight week arrived like thunder. The noise online was deafening. New gossip, new interviews, new clips of Tesekhi throwing shade while Papoose's silence made everything seem deeper than it really was. But Claressa Shields had stopped scrolling days ago. Her world had shrunk down to the basics: the gym, her team, and the ring. Nothing else existed. She could still hear the whispers, though, even when she trained. The internet didn't sleep, and neither did the rumors. Reporters called it the drama before the bout. Fans called it a distraction. But for Claressa, it had become fuel. Every headline calling her out, every tweet mocking her name, it pushed her harder. By the time she stepped into the arena, the energy was electric. Cameras flashed, fans screamed, but this time, it wasn't because of gossip, it was because everyone wanted to see if she could still dominate after everything. Tesekhi wasn't in the ring that night, but her presence lingered like static in the air. Even before the bell rang, Claressa knew this fight was bigger than whoever stood across from her. This was her chance to take back her story. The bell clanged. Round 1. Her gloves snapped forward, sharp and fast. Every jab sounded like punctuation. Every punch, a statement. The crowd roared, but Claressa heard only her breath, her rhythm, the calm inside her chaos. She wasn't just boxing an opponent. She was fighting against every rumor that had tried to define her. Every hit she landed was an answer to a headline. Every block a rejection of gossip. Her opponent was tough, strong, determined, and hungry. But hunger alone couldn't match the fire Claressa carried inside her. By round 4, her combinations flowed like water. Her footwork was poetry in motion. Sweat dripped down her temples, her heart racing, her focus razor sharp. In the corner between rounds, her coach leaned in. "You're not just winning this fight," he said. "You're taking back everything they tried to steal." She nodded. "I know." When the final bell rang, there was no question who had won. Claressa's hands shot into the air and the stadium erupted. Reporters rushed forward, flashes went off like fireworks. And for a brief moment, the noise returned. But this time it was the sound of respect. As she stood in the center of the ring, sweat glistening under the lights, she didn't talk about the drama or the rumors. She simply said, "You can't break what was built on truth. Not here to play social media games. I'm here to remind you why I'm called the GOAT." Her words hit harder than any punch that night. Later, back in her locker room, her team celebrated, laughing and shouting. Claressa sat quietly, phone in hand. Notifications flooded in messages from fans, from other fighters, even from people who had doubted her. Among them was one from Papoose. It was short. "Spect, keep shining." She didn't reply. She didn't need to. The fight had already spoken for her. The next morning, Tesekhi posted again, but this time it was different. No insults, no shade, just a caption. She did her thing. I can't hate on that. It wasn't exactly an apology, but it was close enough. Claressa smiled when she saw it. Sometimes silence wins louder than words. The storm began to fade. The headlines softened. The fans who had turned on her slowly turned back, remembering what made her great in the first place: her grit, her resilience, her refusal to fold. In the following weeks, Claressa did what she always did. She worked. She returned to training, planned her next fight, and quietly rebuilt her focus. Interviews flooded in, but she only accepted one. Sitting across from a journalist, she finally addressed everything one last time. "I never asked to be part of the gossip," she said. "But when life throws shade, I throw punches. That's who I am. Been fighting my whole life for respect, for recognition, for peace. Fine, I'll keep fighting in or out of the ring. Because that's what champions do." Her words went viral again, but this time for the right reasons. Fans shared clips of her interviews, photos of her victory, and quotes from her speech. People started saying she'd won the internet back. But the truth was simpler. She'd never lost herself to it in the first place. Weeks later, as she ran through the streets of Flint at sunrise, hoodie up, gloves hanging from her neck, she smiled. The noise had faded. The chaos was gone. All that was left was her heartbeat and the sound of her shoes hitting pavement steady, strong, unstoppable. For Claressa Shields, this wasn't just another win. It was a reminder that no matter how loud the world gets, discipline speaks louder than drama. And while the internet loves chaos, real greatness doesn't need to scream. It just needs to keep showing up. In the end, Claressa Shields didn't just defend a title, she defended her truth. In a world where rumors spread faster than facts and outrage sells better than honesty, she reminded everyone that silence, focus, and discipline are still the sharpest weapons. Her story isn't just about a fight in the ring. It's about how to fight when life itself becomes one. The drama, the noise, the call-outs, they all fade. What stays is the work, the heart, the unshakable belief that no one can tell your story better than you. Claressa didn't argue. She proved. She didn't tweet back. She trained harder. And when the time came, she let her results roar louder than any headline ever could. That's your call to action. Stop giving energy to the noise. Let your craft, your passion, and your consistency speak for you. The world loves distractions, but history only remembers discipline. Whether you're chasing goals in sports, music, business, or life itself, be like Claressa. Don't fight for validation. Fight for legacy. If her story taught us anything, it's this. Real power isn't in clapping back, it's in showing up again and again until no one can deny who you are. So lace up, focus up, and remember, the real champions don't talk about the fight. They become it. Come it.